So back on the command line, I am now going to deploy a new application, and I'm actually going to use the Astro framework. If you're not familiar, Astro is a Node.js framework for deploying static sites, and I'm actually going to create a new one from scratch. I'm going to run this p-npm command to create a new Astro site using their wizard, and it's going to ask me some questions to get started, such as what kind of blog template do I want? And I definitely do want a blog. And sure, let's go ahead and use TypeScript and also make it strict. I don't need dependencies, and I'm going to explain why in a second. Sure, let's initialize a new Git repo. And within a few seconds, I should have a brand new Astro site ready to go, which you can see listed here. Now, this is just the plain source. I have not touched it in any way. I'm actually just going to try deploying it straight to SidePro, and I'm going to do so using the SidePro push command. Let me clear my screen to make it easier to see. And from this, it's going to ask me some questions like what kind of name do I want to give it. I'm going to call it Astro Demo, which is the name of the folder. And you can see that it detected that it is an Astro application. And it's asking me if I want to deploy an optimized static site version of the site. Now, I don't have to say yes. If I say no to this question, it'll deploy just fine and everything will work. But if I do say yes, what it will do is it'll insert an Nginx server in front of the application. And Nginx is a blazingly fast web server. And the result will be really fast web service. So I'm going to say yes to that. And it's giving me a chance to review my settings, and away it goes. The first thing it's going to do is bundle up the application and ship it to the SidePro cloud. And from there, it's going to actually try and build the application using a concept of build packs. Now, build packs were popularized by Heroku back in the day, which they have since open sourced. And there are many other open source build packs which we do make use of at SidePro, and the entire idea behind it is it will detect what kind of application you're trying to deploy and attempt to build a container image from it. You don't have to do anything, you just have to tell it to deploy, and you can see from this output that it automatically detected it is a Node.js app, installing Node version 20, setting some important environment variables, and then later on, you can see that it detected it's an Astro site as well. So it's installing the dependencies related to Astro. So this is why I didn't need to install the dependencies in the past unless I wanted to run it locally, because the system will do it for me and install the packages. And then later on, you can see it's deploying that Nginx server that I spoke of, so it'll be blazingly fast. And it's going to export all the layers for later caching, so the next time I deploy it, it's going to be a lot faster. And in the end, it's telling me it's successfully deployed and asking me if I want to open it in my browser. I'm going to say yes. And there it is. There is the site, fresh, ready to go, straight from the command line, going from code to URL in a single push. And there we have it. So next, I'm going to show you how to make changes to the site. So again, being Astro, everything is just markdown files, and this is an example of a markdown file with some front matter. So I'm just going to move this into place. So moving it into source, content, blog, and now I'm just going to try deploying once again using SidePro push. This time it's going to skip asking me the questions because it already knows about its existence, and going to try to run through the same process again. And again, it's going to bundle up the application and push it to SidePro and try building it. Now, what I'm showing you here in this example is pushing from a folder source. So it's a local folder that I'm telling SidePro to push from. There are many other types of sources that you can use to deploy applications, which I'll actually demonstrate in other videos. So you can see again, it's detected it's Astro, and it's detected the new page that was deployed. And now it's reusing some of those layers, so it's a lot faster this time. And once it's done, it's going to get to the deployment stage. And there we have it. The site is deployed. If I refresh my page, there is the new page that I simply deployed. So again, an example of going from code to URL in a single push. Now that the app is deployed, I can run SidePro apps to show the running application, which you can see is listed here. And I can get more details by running SidePro app show and the name of the app, which is Astro demo. And I get some more detailed information, such as when it was deployed, its ID, internal ID, as well as the environment variables being set, and how many instances I have running. Now, if I wanted some more information or some guidance, I can always run --help on any of the commands, such as SidePro --help, to get a list of the global commands, and digging in further, such as SidePro apps or app --help, to get a list of the subcommands available, such as in setting environment variables, deleting or creating new applications, executing a shell to jump in if you need to do some troubleshooting, as well as getting the logs, which I can show you right now. SidePro app logs, Astro demo, which gives me the logs for the currently running application. Now, in the next segment, I'm going to show you how to deploy another application, this time using the web UI. Stay tuned.